Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out.
Belief about
No, I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking at him. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.
All right, Gervonta Davis suffered an injury. Teofimo Lopez blasts Floyd Mayweather for doing exhibitions. But let's start off with Floyd. Okay, 50 Cent basically said the fight is off because Floyd can't read 2 paragraphs of his New York best time seller, Hustle Hard, Hustle Smarter. Let's talk about it on IG Live. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And basically, we know 50 Cent has been obsessed with Floyd like a woman with good cat that won't let him hit no more, okay? He been obsessed with Floyd. And basically what happened, let's take a trip down memory lane. Who that? Staple Singers? I could be wrong. But what happened was 50 Cent was doing an interview with Big Tigger on V103 in Atlanta, I think it is, right? And they was like, they brought up the celebrity boxing match Lamar Odom. And basically they was like, what celebrity, boxing match would you want the most? If you had one. He said, this boy kid 50 Cent, Cuz Jackson, World Time Brett, Big Tigger, I wanted to fight, Floyd. Little push Floyd in the face. Problem is, Floyd can't get down to the weight. Okay? That's the problem. But, if I get down to 180, Floyd walk around like, what 150? 150? I get down to 180. Ain't no thing, If Floyd want to move up and fight you, can you get down to 150? I got 150 one time. I did the movie. I thought I was going to get an Oscar for it, but, Academy Award, whatever it was. But, I'll get down to 180. Floyd responded, it's money, man, all day. I fight Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Okay, Leonard. I'll fight 50 Cent at any weight. I fight them at any weight. When he said he'll fight 50 at any weight, Floyd, he started cracking jokes. When 50 Cent lose an argument or lose something like this or lose a debate, then he start cracking jokes. That's all it is. 50 start cracking jokes because he in the wrong. He started cracking jokes because he know. Because what he gonna do? Floyd said, come on, let's do it. Anyway. And 50 already know. You can't fuck with Floyd. Now, it was a rumor that he punched Floyd in the face at one point. But I don't think that's true. Unless he got Floyd off guard. But I would love to see this fight. I don't know what Floyd gonna do, but people forget Floyd gonna do. But 50 got a boxing background. So 50 Cent ain't gonna be 100% helpless in there. But you talking about, one of the greatest defenders of all time. You talking about Willie Pep, Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather. Sweet Pea Tevin Farmer. I say that jokingly. Some people know what I'm talking about. But 50 Cent just trying to, go straight to the bank with this. 50 Cent a cornball. Any man that don't have a relationship with his son is just whack. Some mother messed his head up, Yeah, but at the same time, it's an excellent fight. I mean, as far as, fandom, I'm about to fight. But, Floyd, 50 Cent backed away. And like Floyd went out there looking for 50. Like Floyd just trying to pick on civilian 50. But 50 already know, man. 50 got this karma coming. Every time 50 Cent just start ignorant shit and, like it's kind of with T.I. Remember T.I. was trying to challenge him to a versus battle. And most people feel that, 50 Cent would have blew him out the water. And he talked his way out of that. Or, he started, talking about T.I. pictures and making fun of T.I. Like, dude, take the challenge. 50 Cent got 50 bangers. Talking about, what else? I forget the song he got. I don't know what. In the club, he can play his first couple albums. He'd be all right. But, at the end of the day, 50 Cent ain't no competitor, man. 50 Cent, he ain't gonna compete. You might get him to compete against Eminem in the friendly thing, but him and T.I. would have been fire, but he joked his way out of that. Don't forget 50. Floyd told T.I., I do it everywhere. Talking about fighting. So why not do 50 and T.I.? That would have been dope. But 50 talked himself out of that. We knew ain't good time for that, But why not? It's just an IG thing. The celebration in your music. 50 Cent ain't had a hot album in 20 years? Like 15 years? You know, it's a celebration of music. Then he joked, I thought it was something that we was doing, because of the pandemic. But no, Sports Beats and Just Blaze did it way before the pandemic. If my memory serves me correctly. But y'all know he don't want that work with. He don't want that work with Floyd. We all know that. Floyd probably would have went out there and make it his business to stop 50 Cent. He wouldn't have cared. He wouldn't have carried no 50. Like he did Conor McGregor. He don't get 50 the fuck up out of there. Because remember, 50 get beat up by Floyd. He get beat up by Floyd. He gonna never be able to do that. He gonna be a meme. All that karma he had, joking on his people on Power and all. He just a cornball. I've been telling y'all about 50. He got so many snitch tendencies, but nobody see it. It's like Snitch 9. He was around Snitch 9. Everybody from Sean, everybody know he be telling. But nobody seem to care no more. The people that snitching and telling is on top now. But I think Floyd is making his business go out there and beat the shit out of Curtis. Could Curtis catch him? Things have happened wilder, but I doubt it. Floyd too fast. If he's beating up a civilian, if he beat on a civilian, then I want to see it to be 50. But 50 just keep picking with him. Floyd be minding his business, living his best life. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you ninjas. He be living his best life. Here come 50. Floyd can't read. Floyd can't do this. Like, damn, you want to suck his dick? I'll get on all four Floyd. Get on all four for Floyd. I love Floyd. Remember that interview he had about Eminem? Eminem texting when he gonna let me land on that dick. I'm like, wow. Fruit Loops. But it is what it is. But let's talk about Teofimo Lopez. Then we get to Tank. T.O. say, Floyd, man, you ruin your legacy. It's a damn shame to see y'all. Don't happen like that. I love Floyd, man. I look up to him. He did huge things, said T.O. on the Ak and Barack show. He also went on to say, stop this YouTube boxing. Stop diminishing the sport that we work so hard for. Shit not sweet. My whole thing is this. And it's not a message to him. This is not a message to him. Because he went out there and looked to fight the best, even though his promoter didn't want that fight. He looked to go out there and do his thug, do his drink in my 2 steps. I got my drink in my 2 steps. I done made 2 Cassidy references in like the last couple weeks. He went out there, and went out there and fought the best. But for your contemporaries, your friends, for all your peers, they out there not fighting the best. They out here not unifying titles. They out here bullshitting around. They out here disrespecting the sport by having us watch all these tune-up fights and avoiding fighters and negotiating through the public and doing, come on, man. Talk to your peers. It wouldn't be no room for YouTube boxing if your peers fought the best and you fight the best. If your peers fought the best, it wouldn't be no need for YouTube boxing. But YouTube boxing gonna do better numbers than y'all. The promoters don't promote. They don't market no more. Most of the people don't know y'all. And we did a video on Fox possibly letting go of PBC, okay? And what happened was we just started looking up. The other, TV shows that, let's get put on the same, put on TV during the week. And a lot of those shows are over 5 million viewers. The last boxing telecast I remember that did over 5 million on regular TV when Earl Spence beat Bundu after the Olympic gold medal basketball game. Now, if that didn't follow the Olympic gold medal basketball game, that probably wouldn't have did $1 million. That probably would have did $1.5 million. So T.O. out here complaining about, fighters not fighting the best and YouTube boxing, but your peers don't fight the best. Your peers don't fight the best. And that's my problem. They talk about us, but they peers don't fight the best. Come on, man. Earl and Terrence been dancing around each other for how long? How long they been dancing around each other? I don't know. That's my problem. Like, dude, there won't be no room for these Michael Jordan. I mean, these Roy Jones and Mike Tyson comeback fights. If these Mike Tyson YouTubers, my bad, I had to take a phone call. Won't be no room for them if TL people fought the best, you know? And that's my problem. These dudes ain't fighting the best out here, man. They out here bullshitting around, not doing what they supposed to do. This is why we're in the position that we are in. Because of these guys. None more, none less. And that's really my issue. But him criticizing Floyd, I don't have a problem with Floyd doing this no more. Floyd want to retire and fight exhibition fights, let him do it. It ain't gonna ruin his legacy. It didn't ruin Roy Jones' legacy to me. Because I remember Roy Jones at his peak. You know, I remember these dudes at their peak. You know, I remember Floyd at his best. Now, what might ruin his legacy is when these dudes knock him out or beat him. Well, if it's going to be exhibition, it's going to have to be by knockout. Or it look competitive. That's when it's going to look like it's a problem. To me. But I don't really have no issue with him. Do what you do. Fight the best. Fight the exhibitions. Fight the dudes. Who really cares at this point? I don't. But, you know, T.O. just mouthing off. And, oh, Floyd, I love Floyd. But he, shut up. I mean, come on. Why should Floyd stop doing exhibitions? You know, because when you dudes ain't out here, if y'all those was doing numbers and fighting the best, y'all be doing hella numbers. Wouldn't be no room for Floyd to come back unless it was going to be as a professional. Wouldn't be no room for Floyd to come back. You know, but that's my issue with these dudes, man. They complain when Mike Tyson and these dudes come back, but y'all ain't doing what y'all supposed to do. Y'all is not doing what y'all supposed to do. Fight each other. We supposed to see the Crawfords and the Earls, you know what I'm saying? And who else we got? The Wilders and Joshuas and the Furies and Joshuas and the Furies and Wilders. We supposed to see that. We supposed to see that. It just don't make no sense that we don't get an opportunity to see those fights. Because everybody like, Tank, we supposed to see him fight, you know, Lomachenko. But did we get robbed? We got robbed of that opportunity. Real talk. You know, but these dudes don't want to fight the best no more. But T.O. want to complain. He'd be, if there's one guy to complain, it will be him. Because he went out there and said he wanted to fight Loma and fought him. You know, so you gotta put your hands up for him. Because he did that. But I wish these other fighters take the initiative to do the same. But they not. But, I mean, this is just the era that we in, man. But for the most part, they said Gervonta Davis messed his hand up to end out the video. I hurt my hand in sparring today. Now, somebody said on the internet, I don't know how true it is, that, you know, I forget the fighter name, they was getting the best of Tank in sparring. There was a reason why Tank got injured. But if this was going to stop him from fighting Abner Mares, if that was true, ain't nobody had time for that fight. Nobody. Ain't nobody want to see that. I ain't want to see that. And y'all didn't really want to see that. So, if it stopped that fight, thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' name. I'm glad it stopped that fight. That fight was some bull jive. But we already know how it's going to happen. Abner Mares barely got one. He barely got one eye. And now I was going to let him fight. So let me know what y'all think about Gervonta and his hand injury Hopefully it ain't serious, but if that mean he not gonna fight Abner, if he fighting Abner, so be it. And people can stop complaining about him not fighting Ryan, but Ryan not fighting him. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request, all our social media links, description. Fast way to reach me is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I also got a Facebook group link in there. Want to make a donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. Appreciate the love, support. We gone.